Hey, welcome back to the channel, good friends. I'm Brian from the Auction Car Reconditioning channel. Not every vehicle on the street these days is quite as dialed in and as shiny, glossy, and mirror looking as this one here. Well, I gotta tell you, Brian Jr. really has this dialed in. And that kind of reminds me to start pushing him to jump on the channel. I did get the second channel up and running. I got a few thousand subscribers there. It's time for him to get on there, show his face, and take off with it. Join me down in the comments section. Leave your comment and let's push him to jump on the channel and get some content flowing. But yeah, not every vehicle is out on the roadway looking like a mirror. And as a matter of fact, only a very small percentage of the vehicles that look like this are out there. As a matter of fact, most of them look like this. Daily drivers, very busy owners, and a lot of respect for that. They don't have time to maintain and keep their car looking like a mirror. As a matter of fact, a lot of them have a finish like this cheap auction car did. That was owned by a small family that used it as a daily driver and didn't have a whole lot of time to keep after the finish of the vehicle. And it has turned into a dull surface with hardly any reflection whatsoever. As we come up on the hood here, you can see the overhead lights. There's no crisp reflection whatsoever. It does have a really nice metallic paint job, pewter-like. And I think I think there's some gloss under there, guys. I think we can turn this finish around. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do today. We'll mask off an area and we'll see what little it would take to turn this around. Is it going to be a lot of work? Is it going to be very little work? Let's find out today and experiment. By the way, stand by for the end of the video. I do have an update on the repellent that we put. We put Quick View from Gian on one side. We put the Graco Soft 99 on the other. I do have an update for you, so stand by. We'll have a little bit of fun today. Let's mask off an area. And then we'll break out the paint depth reading. The Asian cars, such as Toyota, Nissan, Kia, and so on. The finishes are very thin and soft. Back in the day, you would be able to consistently get a reading of 5.5 mils of finish, and that is from the surface of the vehicle, including primer, base coat, and clear coat, all the way to the top. And 5.5 was respectable. Nowadays, we're looking at about 3.5 to 3.8 mils on average. So it's getting thinner and thinner and thinner as the manufacturers cut back more and more and more to put more in their pocket. So we have an area marked off. We're going to correct this using something very economical, something very effective, something very quick, easy, and something that's not very aggressive that'll get you into trouble. This demonstration will be done on a polisher, and you could use an 8mm throw, 12, 15, 21mm throw. So you can use any type of polisher that you can find locally. Bauer, they have at the Harbor Freight stores, they have the Griot's Garage polishers with the 15mm throw, and some of your local advanced auto parts stores and more. There's many more out there, but you can now easily pick up a polisher, even at Walmart, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to use a polisher that anybody really can pick up, a type of polisher. And we're also going to use, I have a lot of my 3D and Kokemi polishes right on my cart. Let's just use something that's easily obtainable, and a lot of you are familiar with HD Speed from 3D. Not very aggressive at all, and in fact has some Montana wax in it. So it has protection, it has correction capabilities, everything in one bottle. We'll team it up with the Barjack polisher that I've grown to love here at the shop, and then they have a line of pads. This is their version of a 50-50 pad. This pad can cut and finish. So nothing really extraordinary or extravagant, very simple, non-aggressive, and easy to obtain. We have a lot of new members to the family, a lot of new subscribers, and I'm sure I will be asked, can I get this done without a polisher? I'm not comfortable using a polisher. I don't feel like going out to the store and getting one. And to answer your question, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to make a little square over here, let's say right here, to the right of the big one. And I'm going to do this little section by hand, and I'll show you, yes, you can indeed turn the surface around without a polisher by hand. It's sure as hell going to take a little bit longer, probably a lot longer, however, but it can be done. First, let's work on this little section right here. With the measurement of a paint depth gauge, we came up with 3.8 mils thickness. So the combination that we pick out to turn this around a little bit is perfect. It's not going to take a whole lot of clear off. It's going to leave a lot left behind for, well, however many miles this vehicle may have left in it. Let's get some gloss measurements. The gloss meter, we got 51, 54, 52. Let's just put 53 gloss units. We'll write that in right here and right here. And then we'll take some measurements afterwards in both sections and see what type of improvement we're getting. We'll put some numbers behind it. 54 gloss units. Have you at the perfect angle so you see the progress that we're making after each pass. We'll just make a couple passes with this team. Again, we have the Barjack version of their 50/50 pad. The 3D Speed includes some excellent abrasives and a Montan wax. And as I often explain, one of the best waxes you can get. Montan is extracted from brown coal and is a lot more durable and tenacious than a T1 Carnauba would be. All right, let's do a few passes and we'll see what type of turnaround we can get. Between the third and fourth speed setting. Correction speed, which is moving the polisher an inch every second or two. Now that was one pass, and the surface oxidized, dried out from the sun, really drank it in. So I'm going to go ahead and add just 3 more drops of the product. And then I will do an up and down motion, and that will equal to 2 passes and a crisscross pattern, which will have cut the hood here very evenly. Second pass complete. So again, left to right, then up and down. Let's pull off the tape. I'm sure you can already see a huge difference. Is this going to be perfect? Well, probably not. But if you were an owner and watched this vehicle get this bad, I think you would be very happy with the turnaround. Let's wipe off the residue. So in just a few short seconds, let's use the overhead light. All it is a blur. You bring it over here, we have a nice crisp reflection. Did it remove the deep scratches? No. There's also some etching from bird excrement that has been sitting there eating through the clear. It's not going to do that. But we go from a dull, oxidized finish that just looks like chalk to that metallic flake really shining through. And when the sun pops out, that is really going to look good once again. I mean, it's going to be a great, let's say, a great 5-foot car. It looks good from 5 foot back. You get any closer, you're going to see some more of those deeper imperfections. But yes, look at the difference there that we made in no time at all. That combination, guys, we can get around the car in about 45 minutes or so, and we'll have a huge difference, such as you see on your screens here today. Now, let me show you. You can do this by hand. You're going to be a little tired and ready for a nap when you're done. It's going to take longer, but it can be done. As a matter of fact, sometimes there are areas on a vehicle where you cannot reach in with a polisher. So I have this little thing here, which has a Velcro backing, looped to be able to hold onto a 3-inch pad perfectly. So let's do that. We'll attach a medium or finishing foam pad, and we'll use the same product we used in the little section right next to it, and we'll do this by hand. You need to display a bit of patience doing it this way, and expect your arms and shoulders to be just a little bit fatigued when you're done. But I just wanted to take the time to do this and show you you can make a difference by hand without going out, spending money, picking up a polisher that you may only need to correct this one car in the next few years. Just wouldn't be worth making that investment. Well, you can do it by hand. Let's wipe this off. All right, let's come in with the gloss meter. Okay, we see that reflection nice and crisp to dull to by hand, nice and crisp. Starting off with 54 gloss units, and with very little effort, we're up to 94. 54 to 94, 95. How about over here by hand? Right next to it, 56. Now, 91. 92.7. Quite a jump. Get a better view of that area we did by hand. Possible, it's just going to take you a good chunk of your weekend. Maybe a few weekends. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to show you, you could really turn around the car that has neglected finishes and clear coat. And you don't have to do it by spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. The setup that I used really was not that expensive, and you can find even better deals locally. Or if you have a few weekends to spare, you can do it by hand and still make one heck of a difference. I'm going to go ahead and finish this hood so I don't have to see squares on it every time I walk by. It'd be nice to see a nice uniform shiny hood. And I'll leave you to figure out what you want to do with your vehicle. If you're watching this, you probably have a neglected finish. It can be turned around to a certain extent. It's not going to look brand new and perfect, but I showed you ways to make the improvement. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. For those of you that stuck around for the bonus footage, we did apply a repellent to the windshield that I promised I would give you an update to, and I'm going to take the time to do so today. On the driver's side, we applied the Quick View from Geon, and on the other side, the Graco Soft 99. And the Soft 99, definitely easier to apply and get on there. You can actually put repellent on your glass without leaving the inside of the vehicle. You can just reach around and spray it and use the wipers to move it around. A little bit harder to apply it on the driver's side with the Quick View, but I'm going to show you some footage right now, and I'll let you make the call as to which one you would prefer. So as you can see there, the Quick View still on there. You know, not the most impressive repellent, but we got to about a month and a half, which surprised me. I never thought they would last this long. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. There is your update, and that is the winner. A little bit more work to put the Quick View on the driver's side, as you saw in that video, probably 2 videos back. But hey, there are no free lunches in life. If you want something to be of more quality, to last longer, you got to put more time and work and effort into it. All right, guys, Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video.